be like looking off, drinking coffee, like, oh hi, you caught me there.
Hi, Drew from Peddler Cycling and Fitness again. I want to talk to you today about saddles and getting a new saddle installed on your bike. Probably one of the most common things people upgrade from the stock model on their bicycle is the saddle. So today we've got a Pro Caliber mountain bike here. One of our customers wants to get a little bit softer, more commuter-friendly saddle put onto it for her daily riding. So we'll go through the process there for you. First of all, she picked out a nice, like I said, good commuter saddle, something that's gonna be real easy riding for her on her daily commutes. So getting a new saddle installed, of course you can always bring it to us. We can do all the measurements and put it on, but it's pretty simple to do at home as well. Really all you're gonna need is some scratch paper, a simple multi-tool or a set of Allen wrenches, and a tape measure. A couple things we need to measure before we take the current saddle off the bike are the saddle height, so from the top of the saddle to the center of the crank, and the saddle reach from the saddle to the handlebars. Those two numbers will give us a really good idea of how to get the new saddle set up in a somewhat familiar position to you. So the first things we're gonna do, I'm gonna measure again from the top of her saddle to the center of her crank, and she is 655 millimeters. And then the next measurement, I'm gonna go from the nose of the saddle to the center of the handlebar. So the saddle's pretty easy. It's just gonna take a 5mm wrench and just start loosening up both of these bolts. There we go. So everything's loosened up now. I can work one edge of the rails out. Once one edge is free, we can walk the other side out. So putting the new saddle on, we're just gonna do the opposite. We're gonna get one side of the rails in. I pulled it all the way past where it's gonna sit on the cradle there. And then work the other side back in. And again, right now I'm not going to tighten the saddle down all the way. I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on these bolts so that it's not moving quite as much. I'm going to get our tape measure back out. So this new saddle sits a little higher than the original saddle did. Our original saddle measured 656 millimeters from top of the saddle to the center of the crank. This one has us at 670 millimeters, so we've got to bring the whole seat post down. Loosen our binder bolt and bring it down slightly and take a measurement. I like to do things just a little bit at a time. Just take one more measurement, make sure we're there. And that looks good on the height. So next thing we want to set is the fore aft position, just based off the nose of the saddle to the center of the handlebars again. So we had 50 centimeters. Right now we're sitting at 51.5. Let's just push it forward just a little. We've got the height set and the fore aft set. We can tighten these two bolts down. This is the point where you can also dictate the pitch of your saddle, whether it's nose down or nose up. Our customer here, she rides with it about 2 degrees down. So once I have the bike off the fit stage, I'll put a level on it and just make sure that it's just pointed slightly down on the nose. So with the bike down on a nice level surface, I'm just gonna take I believe this is a 2-foot level, put it across the saddle from the high point of the sit bone to the high point of the nose. 1 or 2 degrees down where the bubble's just starting to hit that back line. About all it takes to install a saddle, just a tape measure, some scratch paper, and generally 1, maybe 2 Allen keys. Pretty easy to do at home, but again, if you need our help with it, by all means, bring your bike in. We can take some measurements, get a new saddle put on for you. We've got a ton of Bontrager saddles on sale here in the store right now. 25% off on the majority of our Bontrager saddles, and those guys all come with a comfort guarantee. Take a look at them on our website, bikepeddlerco.com.